give you some tips on how, right? On how you can stop feeding those insecurities, okay? See, the devil wants us to feel insecure over the purpose of our lives, right? And make us think that we are not good enough. So to be treasured is to be held or kept as a precious piece of jewel, right? Jewel, to be cherished, right? To be esteemed and adored, right? And a lot of times, I don't like my voice. I feel like I sound weird sometimes because, I have this accent. And sometimes when I'm trying to speak a word properly, it comes out a different way. So I struggle with that from time to time, just as much as the next person, just as much as you do. I also have, a little bit of insecurity as well. And we all deal with it in our different ways, different areas. It's not all the same, right? Some people feel like they are overweight or underweight, or it could be, they don't have long hair, they don't have curly hair. Tonight, I decided to rock my natural hair. And that's something that a lot of people they don't let that, be seen that, they have natural hair. A lot of times I don't come on with my natural hair, but tonight I was like, I'm going to just leave it as it is. Even though the other day I did wear my pigtails, but that's a different story. So we all deal with them in different ways, okay? But even the most outwardly confident person, they're most likely hiding their insecurities behind a facade. And the thing is, it's not uncommon to do that. It's more common than it isn't, but it's something that we should all take into consideration into getting to know why we do that. Why is it that we hide behind something? What's wrong with facing our insecurity and fix them, right? But in order to do that, in order to combat your insecurity, fix them, correct them, or put them into boxes so you can, dismantle them and put them into a place where you don't have to necessarily every day be battling with these insecurities, is to know what's causing the root cause of your insecurity. Know what's causing them. Oftentimes, insecurities can have different faces as well, right? I talked about appearances, body image, right? Relationship. You may be insecure in your relationships, right? Or maybe lacking of wealth. Your neighbor has a big house and yours is medium size or small, right? And you feel insecure about that. Or your lawn is green and your lawn is yellow and the neighbor's is green, right? Those are some type of insecurities. Possessions. You may want a Maserati, right? And you only have a Ford, right? You only have a Ford. Those are some other ways of having, those are some of the faces or some of the ways people are insecure, right? Also, you worry about your future. You may not have savings account. You may not have retirement or things like that set aside. So you're insecure about it. You don't know what to do when those things happen. But a word of advice on that. And the enemy is very cunning, okay? He knows when someone is insecure. He knows when you're insecure, and what he does is he feeds on the thing that, not the thing that you're good at, not the thing that you don't have a problem with. He feeds on the thing that, makes you feel insecure. That's your insecurity. Because when we are feeling insecure, we are focusing more on ourselves, right? Then we're focused on God. We take our focus from the problem, from God, and place it on the problem. So now we're no longer, saying going to God for help, because now we're worrying about it. We're trying to fix it. And that's what the enemy does. He knows how to do that. He knows how to put us in corners and, trap us into places where, we are focused on these things, right? And his favorite weapon is to trap us in self-doubt, right? In fear, right? Fear of doing something different, fear of going into a different city, fear of, a new job, or, he puts us in those things, self-doubt, not like I was afraid of speaking on this platform. Like I was afraid of coming on here and, talking or even saying anything because of what, maybe I don't say the right thing, or I don't sound, as powerful as some other people, or my tongue is tied into, right? All of these things. So the enemy used those weapons to try to trap us to stay in that insecure place, because when we're in that insecure place, then we don't focus on what we need to focus on. We're focusing on the wrong things, right? He wants us to question like who you are, and this is the worst one, how we measure up to other people in the world. How we're concerned about the person over there that looks a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter, or have, these things. And he picks on our insecurities, and then he makes us stop to say, well, I'm not as good as so and so, or all these things. But that is the plan of the enemy. That is not the plan of God. That is not the plan of our Father, to keep us trapped, to keep us from rising, to keep us of building up ourselves, from making a difference in our lives. Because he knows one thing too, you guys, we have to understand, is the devil knows your potential. He knows that you can be anything you want to be. He knows that we have that power. One of the affirmations tonight was, I am powerful. So he knows that you have the power to do so many great things. And because he knows that, and he knows what you're insecure about, he's going to use that insecurity to try to stop you from building yourself, from allowing yourself to make that step to become the person that he already know that you can be. So don't get fooled by that and feed your insecurities. Do not get fooled by that. See, the devil wants us to feel insecure over the purpose of our lives, right? And make us think that we are not good enough. We're not good enough, right? You're not good enough, Samantha, to speak to anybody, or to give, help. Or if she feels that way, then she's going to stop talking, and then she won't talk anymore. And then, then I've won. Not today, devil. But see, God wants so much more for us than that, right? He wants so much more for us than us to focus on our insecurity. He wants us to see ourselves through his eyes. And that is something that a lot of people, myself, including myself, struggle with, is that you look in the mirror every day. And that's why I always say, when you use your affirmation, look yourself in the mirror. Don't go to a blank wall, or don't go to somewhere where you don't see. Look at yourself when you are saying that I am powerful, when you are saying that I am beautiful, when you're saying that I am amazing, or I am creative. Look yourself in the mirror so you can see it, okay? Because God wants us to be able to see that, to feel that, because he gave us that power, right? He gave us that power. Okay, so the first tip is to affirm your value, because you are valuable. Okay, that is the first tip. And the second tip, prioritize your needs, wants, right? You prioritize your needs. That is the second step in is to embrace the awkward, right? Embrace the awkward. And like my freckles, right? You want to embrace them. So whenever I get pregnant and they get big, that's fine. Embrace the awkward. Nothing is wrong with that. Okay? Embrace it, love it, talk about it if you have to, and get it out, right? Talk about it and get it out. And the fourth way which is a really big one, is to keep good company. Keep good company. Keep good company. Always have people around you that's going to build you up, that's going to encourage you, that's going to uplift you. Not people that's going to say, yeah, that's true, you don't have that, so you can't do it. No, not people like that. People that are going to build you up, to say it's okay, It's fine. Nothing is wrong with that. It's okay. Do keep good company. Okay. Challenge your thoughts. And challenge your thoughts is to, people are, it's easy to think, you know, negative, or the way that's not, going to give a positive. It's easy to say that, oh, well, it's not going to happen for me. It's not going to happen for me. It's easy to think that way. But challenge yourself. Tell yourself that I'm going to get that job, or I'm going to buy that house, or I'm going to go to Paris. Challenge your thoughts. Tell yourself things that you may think is impossible. Right? Challenge your thoughts. It's a good way to test your faith as well. Very good way to test your faith. To challenge your thoughts, right? And the sixth one is, this one is one that I think is a good one. It's to step away from whatever it is that is causing you to feel insecure. Okay? So it may be a crowd, it may be your family, it may be your friends, it may be your job, it may be, a place that you go to all the time, or a place that you're always in. Step away for a moment. It's okay to, it's a good thing to always, because when you're in a thing, you can't see it. It's sometimes good to let things go or back away from something, and then so you can see it clearly. So step away from it. Take a break from it. Maybe you're doing something that has been stressing you out, or giving you anxiety or anything like that. Step away from it. Put it down for a while. Put it down and do something else, and try that to see if that doesn't allow those insecurities and those feeling of self-doubt or fear will go away. And the next one is to reflect on the good things that you have going for you, right? Reflect on those things that are happening, that are positive, that are, right, working right now at this time for you. Okay? You want to reflect on the things that you've done last year or last week. That was awesome. That was amazing. You may have had a great outcome on a video you did, or you may have wrote something, or passed a test or something. Reflect on those good things in your life when they happen. Okay? Don't just let it slide. When you I always say, when you reach a goal and you have obtained something, celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself for doing something that was challenging, or that was hard to do. Celebrate it, right? And with that, the last one is always a good one. Make time for joy and happiness. You want to laugh a little, okay? You want to put some confetti up, right? You want to have a good time, right? You want to always make time for a little joy, for a little happiness, for a little fun, right? Make time for that. And then you won't be so worried about the things that are not in place or not correct, right, in your life, because you're finding joy in the small things. You're finding happiness in the little things that you do have. Okay? So if you use these 8 ways that we talked about, they are good ways to help you. Okay, I think we have had enough of that. They are good ways to help you to stop feeding your insecurities, and, right, to build up yourself, to build your courage, your confidence, and your self-esteem as well. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.